I've been asked a lot of questions about this, so here's the E-Square DNA40 Dual 18650 box mod made in China by Lost Vape. You can find them on Facebook. It is a anodized aluminum body. It looks a lot like a billet box. It has the rear door sliding feature of a billet box, but that is the only thing that it has in common. This has two little detent balls to hold the sliding door on, which does very well. On and off, no problem. It's not quite as tight as a billet box, but it works very, very well. Fit and finish is fantastic on this. I don't have any finish problems. There are no areas where I see any bad machining whatsoever. It works really great. The carbon fiber panels, well, they're not carbon fiber. They have that kind of look to them. And the back one is pretty flat. The front one, it's a little wavy. And I did have a little corner here that was peeling up when I got it. Just kind of pushed it back down. These are obviously stuck on with double-sided tape. The genuine Evolv DNA40 big screen I really love. It's my first time having a big screen, and it sure is a lot nicer than the smaller screens. The 510 connection is self-adjusting. I do wish that it was 22 millimeter. I don't have any Addy scratches on this yet. I've only been using the sub-tank money on it for the past 3 days. I assume that some Addies are going to leave scratches, especially with something with maybe some air holes on the bottom or screws on the bottom. Performance has been great. Batteries have been lasting me 2 days. I have no problems with it. There are a couple minor things that I would address just from a design standpoint, things that I would have done differently or I would do differently in the future. Obviously, you can tell with the way that the buttons are set up and the size of this device that these are pushing directly on the buttons that are on the DNA board, which are in that configuration on the board. So you don't get clicky buttons because they're not remote buttons. The DNA buttons, well, it's squishy. It doesn't click, it squishes, but it works fine, no problem. The up and down buttons, no problem, they work great. Up and down, just like they're supposed to. But I will say that they do stick out, they protrude from the box just a little bit, and I wish that they were inset so you don't knock them in your pocket. Whereas the fire button's totally flush, as you can see. As far as size, that's got to be the main thing that people keep asking me. Okay, here's a Vapor Shark. There's your Vapor Shark. There's a Vapor Shark. All right, it's not as wide as, or it's wider than a Vapor Shark. Certainly smaller in height, and the width is about the same as a Vapor Shark when you put the skin on the Vapor Shark. So you can see it is pretty small. It is as small or a little smaller than, let's see if we can get that. Those are two 30 ml bottles, and it is about a 1/4 inch smaller in length than two 30 ml bottles. So there you have it. E-Square, made by Lost Vape. The price is amazing for a small, well-made device. I have nothing to do with these guys. I just am happy to have found something that didn't cost me an arm or a leg, that I didn't have to get on a list for, and that works really great. I'm very, very happy with it. Thank you for listening.